All right, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back. We live, baby. We live. All right, I got a good treat for y'all tonight. Look at this young man, real good. Inspiring story. This is Kareem ROSSER from West Philadelphia, a champion, the first champion black polo player and his teammates, which include his little brother, um, right here in the middle. And I'm listening to BBC World, and that's a station on, no, that's a channel on the XM Sirius radio station, the news channel. And I came across this guy's story, and it was very inspiring. Um, this guy, I just saw a movie called Concrete Cowboys, which Idris Elba was the star of the movie, and it was about Philadelphia having urban cowboys. They had basically they had a horse stable and horses in the middle of the hood. Um, so I think this was narrated after this story of Kareem Rosa, or close to it. Anyway, I think this lady right here that's with him in the picture, the only lady that's in the picture, I think um, this is the daughter of the lady who owned the stable in West Philadelphia, and the program was called Work to Ride. The inner city kids, they had to work far as cleaning up the stables and learning how to groom the horses, and she would give them free riding lessons. And through the riding lessons, the kids would learn how to play polo. And so 2011, Kareem Rosa and his brother and his other teammates, which were black, they won the 2011 polo championship in New York. I forget what tournament, but you can Google it. And he recently wrote a book called Crossing the Line. And BBC World News Channel, had him on there and was interviewing him and his story, how him and his brothers was growing up in West Philadelphia and came across finding this stable one day while out riding their bikes, and say they fell in love with the horses when they seen them. He said it's for them. So he had two older brothers, and he was the middle brother, and one brother under him who is Dana, whose name is Dana. And so all four of them rode horses, but the other two brothers, the older two, if I'm not mistaken, or one, the oldest, got in trouble and went to jail and was in the streets and whatnot and wound up getting killed. So that motivated him to stay out the streets and do something with the polo skills that they learned. And he was saying that um, this lady, Miss Lindsay, who owned the stable, were basically setting up matches at the stables, polo matches, and they saw, the polo community from different schools. The word got around that it's a team of black kids in Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, that is very good playing polo. And we talking like 10 through 16. And at 16, that's when this team, when Kareem Roser, when they won the championship, he was 16. So this kid been riding since he was like 8 years old. And he's the first black polo team champion, or his team is the first black team that happens to be teenagers, and maybe first black polo champion ever that won any legitimate tournament. So this is why this story is so unique, and they talking about his story because he done wrote a book, and is actually doing well. And you know I was like, I gotta tell this story, and you know I don't even watch polo because I don't see us in the game itself. So now I'm motivated to see, some kids that look like my kids on the horse playing polo, you know. So yeah, I was very much motivated to do this story. So y'all pick up this book called Crossing the Line. It was very motivational when he was telling the story. He said places like Cornell University, Rutgers, New York University, anywhere upstate that had a polo team. He said they played these schools, and they were actually playing colleges that they were so good, not legitimate like on a college level, but intramurals, tournaments, or exhibitions. Yeah, that's what I want to say. And they was wiping the dust off of these folks that were probably older, and but so with that being said, everybody on the team pretty much got a scholarship to go to school. And Kareem Roser himself went to military school. And, I think, you know, uh, this is what Polo did for him, and his skills got him to military school to get out the hood and go get a better education. And I don't think he went into the military. They said he graduated, and he's working in the world of finances, and he's growing the work to ride um, program. What is that? Nonprofit. He's growing the program, and his dream is to have this program like in every city, to help keep the youth off the street and learn how to ride horses, and get more kids playing polo. And I just thought it was an awesome story that needed to be told. And I was like, I got to do this, so I couldn't wait to, to record and tell this story from my perspective. And if you want to hear Kareem Rose's story, go to the BBC World, I guess, streaming site and look for his story. And it's just awesome. I ain't even really touched all that was said. I'm just trying to give you a quick, remix of it. And, it was just awesome. He just telling some touching stories on how, uh, one of his best friends, which was a young lady, her home got invaded and she was shot along with her family. And, he said, you know, his brother got killed in the Philadelphia streets. So again, as I say, the trappings is always there lurking, and it just take a special individual that really get focused and just get determined that I'm not going to fall in these traps. I'm gonna take what opportunity that's given to me, and I'm gonna keep pushing. So very extremely proud of this young man, and very inspiring. And I'm just looking at all the pictures. One of these guys is his brother, as they holding up. I want to say one of their trophies from the tournament that they won, and and they're the only black team that done won a polo tournament. I mean, adult or youth. So that was just big in itself. So, I was just like, I gotta tell this story. So, um, so I'll be looking on the lookout for black polo teams in the future. And this young man will be behind coaching the future champions that look like us. And pick up his book, Crossing the Line, Kareem ROSSER. And the tournament that he won was in 2011. And you can find it on YouTube. And, you know, just awesome to hear the story. So take my word for it, check it out, and peace. I'll be back with you in a little bit.